Hello everyone, my name is Jorgelina. Today I'm going to be talking to you about how to resolve some issues that might arise when you go to perform a song live. My name is Jorgelina. I am the founder of Auckland Contemporary Singing School, a singing school based in Auckland and also online. Last night we have an open mic at our school. We regularly organize performance opportunities for our students, and they are great to increase confidence as well as improving your performance skill. If you're a singer, I recommend absolutely, no matter what your level of expertise is, to perform as often as you can, because of course that's the only way you can practice performing. Every time you sing for an audience, it's gonna be a different environment, and that's why it's so important to get as much performance opportunities as you can. You learn a lot from all of them. So as I said, last night we had the final open mic of the year. We had kids coming, we had parents coming, we had, of course, adult students there. It was great. So I'm gonna be playing a few clips of it so you can see it. But yes, of course, some issues arise, and this is why it's so important to practice your performance as often as you can. And it's because very, very rarely you're gonna have a performance without any issue, in which everything goes absolutely according to plan, no matter how small the event is. So today we're going to talk about how to minimize those issues, because they can be a little bit nerve-wracking. And as a performer, no matter how amazing, how professional, how experienced you are, you actually have to get really good at one, minimizing the possibilities of that happening, and two, getting really good at improvising and resolving those issues on the spot. Comes with a lot of training on stress management, but also, of course, training the ability to stay calm and think clearly and quickly. And one of them is your lyrics. When you go to perform a song, of course, you want to be extremely well rehearsed. You don't want to be thinking about lyrics or anything like that. So you want to remember the three components of preparing a song for performing, which I have talked about in other videos. Getting your music right, which includes your lyrics, getting your technique right, and then getting your interpretation right, your performance and your stagecraft. If you don't have those resolves, maybe just pick a song in which you already have those items resolved. It's very important. And you don't really want to go and perform a song in which you are still thinking about technique, high notes, and things like that. And that is a mistake I see in singing students very, very, very often, that they sort of think that the song they choose to perform needs to be out of their league. That's not how it works, because performance itself, it is challenging. So the first thing I would recommend is, even if you bring your song super well rehearsed, bring your lyrics and just have them around. Don't look at them. But in my experience, just knowing that they are there, it can make you feel more secure, because for some people, when you get nervous, you can forget your lyrics, and that is very stressful when you are performing. One thing I recommend is just to have your lyrics around there. Of course, don't look at them unless you really need to. But if there is a particular part that you are unsure about, or that you often tend to forget, just highlight it. And then you know that if you are in that situation when you are singing live, you can just quickly spot at them and you are safe again. Number 2, please make sure that you are well hydrated during the whole day. That is also a very common mistake, to bring your water bottle and drink the water on stage. Remember that it takes about 20 minutes for the water, since you drink the water, to actually have an effect on your vocal cords. So if you drink water on stage, it really doesn't do much unless you are singing for, of course, over 20 minutes. Just make sure that you keep yourself hydrated during the whole day. And the other thing with food and drinks is just make sure that that day you are not trying any new foods. Just in case. Yes, because you don't want to have any emergency, of course. And also make sure that you are not eating too much before singing, because it really, really affects your singing, your capacity to perform. Food for after singing. But if you have to eat something before, just something light, nuts, fruits are good. By the way, if you find this content useful, consider my new vocal technique course. You can get the link in the description below. It is an introductory vocal technique course, very accessible for now, and it has all the basic exercises that you need to start building your voice absolutely from scratch. And if you go to the description below, I also have some other freebies that you can get and that you can enjoy right away. Number 3, this is a very important tip, and it is make sure that if you have the chance to have a sound check use it. Come prepared, come early. Yeah, very important. I think I'm gonna do a whole video about this, but do not upset the sound person. The sound engineer is your friend. Make sure you treat them well, and make sure that you come on time to your sound check, or of course before. This is super important because of course everyone has a different loudness in the voice, and that works differently for every person. For example, an issue we had yesterday with a few people was that there was a lot of feedback. Common, not ideal, but that's something that can happen when you have different instruments, and yes, when you're not too used to singing live. Sometimes the way you point to the mic, the way you hold the mic can upset some feedback, and that's very stressful on stage. So if you have the chance to have a sound check, by all means do it, especially if you don't have live sound at home. Of course, if you are at home and you are only singing by yourself, but you don't hear yourself through a speaker, then make the most of the sound check, because hearing yourself from a speaker, it's different. Yeah, your voice is going to come out differently than if you are hearing yourself just without amplification. By the way, if you are a sound person, please let us know in the comments, what tips do you have for singers? What would you like singers to know when they go to sing for you, when you go to sing live? So those are my 3 tips of the day to minimize problems when you are singing live. If you have any other tips, let me know in the comments. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please subscribe, and I'll see you next video.